as a man. You can't just be like, don't be so insecure. Yeah, tell me again.
I'm scared when you go to the gym and there's half-naked, young, attractive women that you're going to run off with one.
I'm attracted to you. You don't have to worry about that. Feel better.
No.
No, right? So you can't be like that or be insulted by it. Like, you have to actually listen to why is she actually upset and what's making her insecure, and make her feel secure by first listening to her and then reassuring. You can't just be like, oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't have to worry about that. I think you're super attractive. That doesn't do anything, right? Just makes you feel
Because you
more
could think
insecure.
they're super attractive.
Beyond the perfect we discover, through our flaws we complete each other. Better than perfect we stay. Through every fault we find our way.
All right. Welcome back to the Better Than Perfect podcast, where every week we share with you how two imperfect people helping each other grow equals one better than perfect relationship.
Did you see what I did?
What did you did? You did this?
No.
What did you do?
I just went like this.
Oh, two.
But you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is this?
I don't know. I was like, it was my peripheral vision. I was like
I
trying
just
to
went,
focus on the
two.
camera, and you're just like
Doing
yeah.
stuff.
So, in my
Me,
peripheral-
part of two.
Yeah, part of two. That's what I thought. you'd
Yes,
say.
I was
But you did
doing
too.
the caveman language for all the cavemen out there, the men
Well-
that haven't evolved yet.
We got an exciting episode today, actually. So we had a viewer, a listener, just one of you guys who actually wrote in and but they just posted on Reddit so that so we could answer it. But I know that's what you meant, so that's
You
what
meant
we're
to email it to us.
exactly.
But you got
They're like,
lost
okay,
along the
but
way.
they'll find it on Reddit, so that's what they did. It's like, yeah. So thank you for whoever did that. Post on Reddit. This way it could be,
Shared.
exactly. Yeah.
Everybody could see it.
So we thought we'd go over this one that they posted. So, and it says, partner male 35 has not spoken to me, female 31, for 7 days. We live together. So, yeah. So, I mean, right off the bat though, like 7 days, there's got to be something.
That's insane.
That's not,
That's a whole week.
it's not good.
When you live with someone and
Yeah.
you don't speak to them for a whole week.
Yeah. It's
It's a long
not
time.
acceptable.
No.
Even if they did something really, really bad.
Even as an avoidant person that
Yeah.
would try to run away,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah. It's like you're either
ridiculous.
you break up with them if it's that bad,
Right.
right? Or you talk to them.
Right.
But not talking to them for 7 days already, we don't have to read any more of this, is abusive
Right.
type of toxic
Yeah. That is
behavior, right? 'Cause that's-
definitely
it's emotional
abusive.
manipulation.
Neglect.
Wait, it's emotional manipulation.
Right.
'Cause,
7 days.
you can't, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you can't deny that.
yeah. So no matter what they've done that's wrong, just
Red
to
flag.
make it clear for everyone.
Already red flag.
It's like, even if they've done something horribly bad, even if they've cheated on you,
Right.
then you need to break up with them or talk to them. But emotionally abusing them, which is what that is, or emotionally manipulating them, is not.
Right.
not the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not okay.
All right. So she says, hi, everyone. I'm struggling and need advice. My partner, together for 2.5 years, living together 6 months, and I have a generally amazing relationship. We laugh constantly, have great sex life, share hobbies, trips, and our dog, and genuinely see him as my future. All right.
Okay. One, they've only been living together 6 months and he's
Yeah.
ignoring her for 7 days, for a whole week.
Yeah. That's like,
not very long to live together
yeah.
for someone to ignore you for a whole week.
Well, look, 6 months, right? 7 days is like a third of a month, right? So
I'm not mathing. You can math. I am not mathing.
it's okay. One,
So it's
if
a
it,
chunk.
if it was 1 month out of 6, that would be 1/6.
Right.
But if it's a third of a month, then, 6 times 3, 18, 1/18th, 1/18th of their relationship living together. He's not talked to her. It doesn't sound that bad.
Either way.
It is bad.
No,
I mean,
like
I thought
a
it was going to
week
sound
out
worse.
of 6 months. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So, but my issue here too is like genuinely great relationship otherwise. And she lists these things.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying she doesn't have those things, but
No, but
he didn't just start ignoring you for 7 days. And if he did,
right.
then he was like hiding his true behavior from you for 2 years up until this point. I mean, when you don't live together, it is easier to kind of hide these things.
Yeah.
But I think she would have still picked up on, they would have gotten into some argument or disagreement when they didn't live together.
Right.
Where he would ignore her.
Yeah.
So it's probably not as great as she's making it seem.
It's almost like it's giving without even going further in, that she is the clingy, like, believe that this is great. It's great.
Right.
It's great.
She's trying to convince herself.
Exactly.
That it's
but
great.
He's not actually
great.
On exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Like she's in the chasing mode is what this sounds like.
Right.
So,
okay. Yeah.
Right. Especially if she's even having this question after 7 days. I mean,
that's true.
If someone's not talking to me for 2 days, I'm moving to the hotel room. Like, I'm okay. Peace. Like,
yeah.
You don't want to talk?
Living together is a long time. A week living together?
Yeah.
And someone's not talking to you?
So, okay, let's see what she says. She says, over the past few months, we've had a few arguments. They usually stem around me expressing self-doubt or anxiety, which he says is frustrating or negative. He's never been abusive before. Okay, so at least she acknowledges that this is abuse. But his way of coping seems to be withdrawing completely. I've never been told I'm negative before in my life, and I'm a fairly confident person, and I do like myself. Emphasis added by me, but I think I'm great. But like any human, from time to time, I have self-doubt and express frustration to get it off my chest.
Yeah, here's the thing. She just contradicted herself. She's like, I get anxious and I say these things to him and then he gets mad at me, but I'm great and I'm like a really good person. Girl, you're anxious.
Right.
Like you're having self-doubts,
right.
which is normal. Everybody has
That's
those
fine.
things. She's true about that.
Right.
But don't sit here and write, I'm great.
Right.
When like you don't feel that way. Right. And that's what you've been expressing to him. I'm not saying that he's justified in how he reacts to you by being like, you're so negative, whatever. He should still reassure you.
Right.
I mean, it does depend on how she's bringing it up, but he should want to reassure her, right. Even if after he's like, you know, you're telling yourself these stories and they're allowing you to come across negative and you're being negative towards yourself.
Right.
Like she's not confident like she's trying to portray in the end, right? Like, because she just told us she was negative. I mean, anxious.
Right.
And he's taking it as negative. But then she's trying to overcompensate. And she probably learned it from him being like, you're so negative, by being like, but I know I'm great. No one's called me negative. Like, I'm a really good person. Like, and I'm not even saying she's not those things.
No.
But I'm saying
she's got some self-esteem issues.
The ain't mathin'.
Right? Like, she has to have, because if she said, yeah, I am kind of, you know, have some self-esteem and I'm an insecure person.
Right.
And he can't handle that or whatever, then okay. But if you're saying, oh yeah, I sometimes express some self-doubt, but I'm really confident at, like, if you're feeling the need to tell people that, then it's probably not the case.
Right. You're trying to convince yourself as well.
Yeah. It's giving a very needy type of vibe, like a needy in a negative way, not in a good way. Like there's a needy in a good way, that a woman can be needy towards a man in a good way, meaning that, like, I want you to take care of me and provide, and I want your affection and your time. But that comes from, like, I want you.
Right.
Versus needy in the bad way comes from, I want anybody
to give me attention or whatever.
And you're the one. But, and that's also where, again, like, she sees him as like, she may be idealizing their relationship because he's just a plug and play for her, like her projection of the ideal man. He's not actually the man, because the ideal man doesn't ignore you for 7 days and think you're annoying.
That's
right. But you're projecting this stuff onto him because you want him to be the perfect relationship, perfect man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I think if she just owned up to being anxious, it would be better, because I think that my interpretation of this is that she's super anxious.
Right.
She goes to him for reassurance. He calls her negative.
Right.
So then she's like, okay, well, I need to be positive and talk good things about myself. So she tries to do that. But really, she's just now even more anxious and insecure.
Right.
And like, by talking to him, it's pushing her further down that spiral.
Right.
And then she's trying to convince him
Right.
and herself probably that she's not anxious by posting that.
Right. Exactly.
But really she's just getting more. It's like when people aren't confident.
Right.
And if you're like in the middle where you're like, oh, I'm great sometimes, but they're like, yeah, I'm a little anxious sometimes too. That's like kind of normal. But then when you get really far into the insecure and unconfident, it's the people who are like, I'm the most amazing person ever. And look at my hair. It's like the best you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They go overly confident, but really they're the most insecure.
And that's showing the most insecure. Yeah.
Right. And I think she's at that stage. I think that she's tried to talk to him about her anxiety and, you know, self-doubt and whatever.
Yeah.
And he's not responding. He's not giving her a reassurance because he seems avoidant. Let's be real. He hasn't talked to her in 7 days.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
And so that's making her more anxious.
Right.
And then now I think she's gotten to like critical insecure levels.
Which just is a confusion of being vulnerable.
Right.
Because if you want to be vulnerable, drop the act.
Right. Just be like,
people
I'm
are going to
super
be like,
anxious and I'm second guessing myself and I don't know what to do.
But even when you're dealing with someone, you need to be like, you can't come to them and be like, I'm feeling insecure about this, but I like, and still having the persona, you have to drop the act.
Right.
Like you can't be like, but I'm good and I have self-confidence.
Right.
No, you don't. Cause that's why you're telling me this thing.
Yeah.
Right. But obviously he's not dealing with things in the right way.
Right. And I think it's making it worse.
Yeah. Well, here, let's role play it. Like you tell me.
I love a good role play these days.
Tell me that something that you're anxious or like you feel insecure about, like something. You went to the gym and you feel like there's attractive women at the gym and maybe that I'd be interested in those women.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me that.
When you go to the gym, there's all these attractive young women and I'm only getting older and they're in half naked clothes. Makes me nervous. Makes me feel like you're going to run off with one of them.
Oh, well, why does it make you feel that way? Like, what do you mean specifically?
Because you value youth and beauty like most men.
And what?
And I'm only getting older.
And you're concerned
and they're already half naked. So easy.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Feels like there's nothing I can really do besides be half naked because I can't get younger.
But you know how I feel about you, right?
Yes.
And you know that I'm always going to love you and it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what you look like at this point, but you're amazingly beautiful.
But how do I know?
How do you know what?
How do I know
that this is true?
Yeah.
How do you think that you know? What are the evidence?
The things that you do to prove that to me.
Right. And there's going to be some trust. But that's the whole thing is like, as a man, you can't just be like, okay, do it. Like, if you're like, don't be so insecure. Tell me again.
Just get over it.
Yeah. Tell me again.
I'm scared when you go to the gym and there's half naked, young, attractive women that you're going to run off with one.
I'm attracted to you. You don't have to worry about that. Feel better.
No.
No, right? So you can't be like that or be insulted by it. Like you have to actually listen to why is she actually upset and what's making her insecure and make her feel secure by first listening to her and then reassuring. You can't just be like, oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't have to worry about that. I think you're super attractive. That doesn't do anything, right?
Right.
It just makes you feel
because you could think they're super attractive.
Right. But if you feel like I heard what you had to say and why you're insecure and what is making you insecure in that situation, and I understand it, and then now I reassure you and tell you that you don't have nothing to worry about because you're amazingly beautiful and the only woman I'd want to be with.
You're proving by caring about even this interaction that it's more than just physical. Like you're not gonna do what I'm worried about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you're with a woman, and most men are going to have to face this, where most women are insecure, have some kind of insecurity, especially if you're with an attractive woman. The more attractive the woman is, the more insecure that she is generally, right? Like it seems like it would be the opposite, but it's not. It's not true, because the reason why more attractive women are more insecure is because it's the thing that is their most valuable thing. That is not something that they are in control of.
Right.
And so if they lose that, then who are they?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why, guys think, oh, well, if she's more attractive, she'd be more secure. No, she's more insecure because there's one thing that she's being prized for that she's not in control of. She didn't create. And if she loses that thing, or maybe she's starting to lose that thing, then she's scared. She's afraid that there's nothing beneath that people are valuing, that they're only valuing her for that thing. And that's the thing that she's getting the attention for. That's why women.
And I'm going to be vulnerable right now because obviously you brought up, we're role playing this thing. Yeah. It's something that I have said before.
Yeah.
And you're right. In regards to looks, I feel like women are, for the most part, most women are insecure unless they're in their prime. But even then, like you said, they're still, they know it's going to be over. So they're stressing about that already.
Or if a guy's picked a hot woman and you're hot, then then there's other hot women. So he chooses women based on their,
It's like, I'm confident in who I am, knowing that you would never find another woman like me. I am completely confident in that.
Yeah.
But it's like with the looks thing, right? I could be totally confident over here.
Right.
But a man might want to go for the physical part and I can't control that. Right. You know what I mean? Like you want to believe that a man will want to love you for who you are. And I believe that you love me for who I am.
Yeah.
And you understand that. But it's like, as a woman, you don't know if a man's going to go now for, now he wants a hot woman. He doesn't care what the inside is. He just cares about the outside right now. So that's why it's like, there's so many different layers to being a woman and being insecure. It's like, physically, I feel like we all are insecure.
Right.
I mean, even when I was young and like the tiniest I've ever been or whatever, like I would think I could lose weight or something. It's like, it's just insane. It's ingrained in us from a very young age, but physically that is scary. And men being physical beings, it's like, as women, we value more of like who someone is on the inside. Not saying that women don't care about looks, but it's more about who a man is. And so even if we're confident in who we are and what we bring to the table, the looks part we can't control. And there is always going to be someone that looks better or whatever, is younger or whatever. So it's like, that's a scary thing. Even if you're confident in yourself as who you are as a woman.
Right.
You don't always feel secure because what if someone hotter comes along and the guy's just like, I don't care about the other part. I just care about the hotness right now.
So, And the answer to that is that a woman will always need reassurance. Like it's
in the right way.
And it's just not defective if she is insecure about her looks from time to time. Right. But if you respond in the wrong way, if every time you're insecure, I was like, what are you worrying about? You're so hot. Like,
just get
it's
over
not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. Then would that make you now keep on asking me more and more times? Right.
Yeah.
Because now you got to check. Is it still the case?
Well, it feels like a superficial, also not deep response.
Right. I'm not really addressing you as a human being.
Right. It sounds like you're just trying to get me to stop talking.
But if I totally address it and understand what's behind it, how do you actually feel about this? I care about how you feel about this, and now give you reassurance, then it doesn't permanently fix it.
Right.
But it makes it go away for a long time. And then at some point, maybe a month down the road or 2 months on the road, it starts to creep up again. And that's okay. And I calmly address it again because I'm helping you which is good. Like you want a woman as a man to actually seek your validation to seek reassurance from you that you're still going to love her. That it's a good thing. If she doesn't care, it's a bad thing. If she's like, I know I'm hot anyway, like, it doesn't matter. Like, then she's probably not that into you.
Right.
Right. Because
honestly,
she should be.
Because she thinks she can do better.
Yeah. And really the cure, I think, ultimately for the woman to mitigate that, what you said, that insecurity of there'll be younger, hotter women is that it's the temperature of the woman. I talked about this in another episode, is the thermostat of their relationship, of the temperature of the relationship. So if you're a woman in a relationship and you know that there's a problem with the relationship's thermostat, you need to bring it up and have an issue with that. Because if you allow it to be at a low level, then that's where bad things
But what
happen.
would that look like? Like an example?
Like, okay, if we are, like, you know what the temperature of the relationship is. Like, we're really close. We are, we're in our soulmate zone, our soulmate arc, right? Then you don't have to worry about then you know that in my mind, like, it doesn't matter. Our relationship is beyond looks.
But I'm saying in her case, is she bringing it up, like that the temperature in the relationship by telling him her insecurities? Or is there a way that she could have done it differently?
No, I'm just saying, I'm saying that particular insecurity, like, is, you don't have to worry about that if your relationship level is high.
Right.
Like,
you don't have to worry about the,
like, but if you're a woman and your relationship level, like, you're not close, you're not tight, you don't have that intimacy, then yeah, you should be worried. Should be insecure about it, because guys are visual. It's like, if you don't have a very tight bond, then why would he select you? Why wouldn't he just pick the most attractive woman that he can find physically at this point in time versus you, and idealize what emotional relationship he would have with that woman? But if you have a very strong emotional relationship, then it doesn't matter. Then he's not going to be thinking,
which I feel
can't get that
logically that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times men don't always act logically either, because we've done other episodes where, women are like, I did everything and then the guy left me, which I'm not saying that I believe that she did absolutely everything. Right. But there are plenty of people that have been blindsided by things that men do.
It's just a matter of a question of, okay, where is as a man more likely to do a boneheaded thing and go astray? If he's in a relationship where the relationship right now, you guys are really, really close, tight soulmates, tell each other everything, like reading each other's thoughts, like lovey-dovey all the time, or it's very cold and distant.
Well, okay, without going too far into this tangent.
But which is more likely, though?
No, I know, the cold and distant. Yeah. But I'm going to throw you for a loop really quick.
Yeah.
And don't go too far off of this tangent, because we got to finish. But you have a friend, and I'm not going to name names.
Okay, yeah.
Who said that everything was fine.
Yeah.
And then said some bonehead stupid thing that broke up his relationship.
Right.
And then now wants to get it back.
Right.
And he said that nothing was wrong with it before he said the boneheaded thing.
But was there really, like, they couldn't have been that close, right? Because she didn't know what he was thinking for all this time. Because it wasn't
going back.
Because he was talking to people and getting advice, wrong advice, or figuring out some of this stuff, because this was going on in his head. So they weren't really that like, the temperature of the relationship was not of the level that.
But why does he want her back now then?
Because he's a bonehead and he messed up. But
so was he ruining the temperature by getting bad advice?
It doesn't. That's why I said that a woman is the thermostat for the relationship to know what the temperature is. She should know what it is. How close are you guys at any moment in time? Like, and women do know. Like, if you know what the status of your relationship is, if it's in the green or in the red. Like, a man might not know. He's not as good as the thermostat. He should be able to know, but a woman more so knows that. But the man is the actual regulator he's the one who's in charge of actually fixing the problem.
But what if she brings it up and he doesn't?
Then she knows that she's in the danger zone. Like, it's like.
So she needs to leave.
I mean, yeah, basically, like, she's like, okay, like, you've got to fix it. She has to keep on letting him know that that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
That there's a problem here, right? Like, there's a problem here. Seatbelt light, seatbelt noise needs to keep on going ding, 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 right? If she stops going ding, then her relationship is falling apart.
That's true.
And that's what happens but that's why I'm saying, like, the woman is the thermostat, because she feels the closeness or not.
Right.
And she's like, okay, we're not very close right now. Yeah, there's some things that maybe she can do, but the biggest thing that she can do is go ding, 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 so that it's alerting to him.
Okay, so this lady's dinging, but he's ignoring the ding.
Right.
Like someone else we know.
Okay, so then let's see what she says here.
The literal seatbelt thing.
Yeah, the literal thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we talked about her. Okay, so she said background on previous arguments. Argument 1. I didn't ask him to drive me when I was hungover because I didn't want to disrupt his work. He said my, quote, people pleasing is a problem and didn't speak to me for 4 hours.
Okay, don't go further.
Yeah, there's a lot to dissect.
Why is he mad at her for her not asking him to drive her when she's hungover? She's not drunk. He's mad at her.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to bother him by asking him, and then he doesn't talk to her.
Okay, good. Actually, I'm surprised that you took that side of it. Because she needs to ask for help. Because a man, what did I tell you about a man?
Yeah,
right?
But you're going to ignore her for 2 days?
No. He didn't do the right thing, for sure. I mean, well, she said 4 hours he didn't talk to her, but silent treatment is never the answer ever. So I'm not getting to his response yet, but just like, why would he be upset? He was okay to be upset because as a woman, you need to get help from your man.
But I feel like being hungover and driving is not a big deal. Like being drunk, yes, she should not drive drunk.
Yeah, but if she feels like she needs help, but if she's feeling like, I don't want to bother you because you're working, no, please bother us.
But what if you have a call?
Yeah, then,
just like yesterday, with the plumbing thing.
But then I mitigated that situation, right? I was like, look, okay, I'm going to have this call. You know, can you handle this? Like, I'm going to need you to, right? Basically, we talked about it. And if you're like, no, I like when these guys show up, I can't. I feel really uncomfortable. Then I'd be like, okay, I'm going to have to reschedule my call. Like, I have to deal with the situation. But I need you to at least tell me that there's a problem.
But would he act that way? I guess that's my thing. My thing is like,
no, this guy's
he obviously didn't ask him for a reason. Like, and instead of being like, hey, you can come to me for help, he's pissed and doesn't talk to her for 2 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the reason she doesn't want to ask him stuff is because he makes her feel like a burden.
He said 4 hours. She said 4 hours.
Oh, I
didn't speak to her for 4 hours. But still, that's still not okay. 4 hours is still not, like, silent treatment, even for 4 hours, is not okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, but as a woman, asking a man for help, because she said, I didn't ask him to drive me when I was hungover because I didn't want to disrupt his work. Right. And he said, my people pleasing is their problem and didn't speak to me for 4 hours. So I think it's the issue that clingy, like, I don't want to say clingy, I would say neediness in a bad way, that she's like, oh, I don't even want to like upset him. So I'm not going to, but obviously she brought it up later at some point, and then that's what he got upset about. Right. Otherwise, how would he know about it? She must have said something, so he knew about it, and she must have been like tried to use it. Again, I'm assuming, but this is the only way that it makes sense to me, is that if she was like, oh yeah, I was really hungover actually yesterday, but I really didn't want to disturb you at your work, so I just drove myself. I thought about calling you, but I was like, I don't want to. So she was trying to get points by saying how, you know, she didn't bother him at his work, but then he's interpreting that as like, you're trying to gain points, like stop being people pleasing. I don't know. No, that's just but either way, like he's a child, like his response is not.
I mean, I can see her perspective though. It's like, okay, I'm just hungover. Like, I'm not going to ask you to drive me when I could do it, even though it might be a minor inconvenience, and throw off your work schedule, especially because you've been so stressed out.
I would like to be informed as a man to, like, if that's going on, I'd like you to at least text me or call me and be like, okay, I don't want to disturb you, but this is what's going on. Like, I can handle it. I can drive. And then I'd like to be able to say, okay, yeah, I get it. Go ahead. Like, you know, or to be able to say, no. I don't want you to, like, let me come in, let me get you.
But it's also like, did he tell her that he wants to be informed? Because I think that's also like, it's another one of those things, kind of like we talked about, where it's like, in the last episode, is this something that I need to burden somebody with to like say out loud, or can I just deal with this?
A man would rather be asked for help. Like, I in no circumstance do I want you to just deal with something that you could at least let me know that you could potentially use help.
Which I get that.
And then I might say, okay,
well, I
actually, you can.
Some men want to help.
Well, but I'm just, we have to use the ideal, like what is like a man versus a boy. Again.
Right. But
like
this guy, he's acting like a boy.
No, he's acting like a boy. That's why he can't
behavior.
He can't handle a woman.
Yeah.
Which is also like, again, we're making fun of her a little bit, saying that she's needy and has like a self-esteem issue. Right. Which again, I don't like to use the word needy as a bad thing, because sometimes it's like.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that. If men want women to need them.
But he's creating.
Neediness is the wrong word.
But he's potentially creating this monster by the way that he's acting. Because
1,000%.
Right. Because if a woman, maybe she is just a super insecure woman, but maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was just a normally insecure woman, which women have insecurities, like you said. Mm-hmm. And then the way that he's responding to her insecurity is making her hyper paranoid and hyper insecure. And now she's acting super, super like clingy in the negative way or needy in the negative way towards him because he's made her feel this way because he responds this way.
Well, and she's trying to be less needy in the wrong way, which I agree with you. I'm not talking bad about this woman. I think that she is anxious.
Right.
I think a lot of women are anxious. Like we talked about, they have their own insecurities. But I think that he is creating a lot of these situations because he doesn't want to reassure her.
Right.
And have that neediness.
Right.
So then she's trying to be less needy by not telling him these things. And then he's pissed about that too.
Yeah.
Again, it's a very confusing situation because somewhere along the lines, he's not being, and I know this for a fact.
Right.
Basically.
Right. Yeah.
I hate to be like 100%, but I'm almost willing to say 100%.
For sure.
He's not communicating because he's ignoring her.
Exactly. You're 100%.
So he is creating this monster because he's not being clear, then gets pissed at her when she does the wrong thing.
Right.
And then she's trying to figure it out and she has no idea what to do. Right. So she probably came to him. He's like, you're being so negative. Why are you doing this?
Right.
So then when she's hungover, she's like, I don't want to disturb him because he's probably going to think that this isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And then he's pissed that she didn't ask him.
Yeah, I think you got it exactly. Well, and look, at the beginning of our relationship, right? Did I handle your insecurity correctly? I don't think I did.
I don't know.
I don't think I did. Like, I know you don't want to say anything bad about me, but I don't think I did. And I think it made you more insecure, right? Because when you would say stuff, right, and I would be like, I think there were times where I said stop. Yeah. I'd be like, stop being so insecure.
Yeah.
Or I would get personally offended by your insecurity. That's actually what I would do.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'd be like, I'm not even looking at anyone. Like, it's like, if you think if you're getting upset at me because you think I'm looking at someone at the gym and I'm not, that is an issue. But as a man now, I know how to handle that. Instead of getting upset or personally attacked, I'd be like, oh, wow. Like, why do you even?
It is a lot different. You're right.
But that's the thing is, but when I acted more that way, I was like, stop being insecure. Like, you need to stop being insecure.
I'm healed.
Like that.
Wow.
Even when I'm like, this is on you. I didn't do anything, but you're being insecure. So you're causing a problem. That doesn't fix the.
No,
it's not taking responsibility. That's not good.
Yeah.
So
not very caring.
Yeah. No. Argument 2. While playing a sport we both do, it must be pickleball.
Well, I just pickleball.
Pickleball from now on when people have an unnamed sport.
Pickleball.
Right? It's like we got to play pickleball sometime. But okay. While playing, I'm trying to think of puns on dickleball or whatever.
John.
Okay. Well, what was the one though? Twerking on my gherkin. That's my original statement.
I don't think that's original, but
it is original. I came up with. Okay, look, it's possible that I didn't. That's because it sounds so good that you think you've heard it before. Because you're like, that's brilliant. Twerking on my gherkin.
I've heard that.
Okay, maybe someone else in the universe might have simultaneously came up with that. I'll give that, but I didn't. It was my original thought to me.
Okay. I believe that.
All right. While playing a sport we both do, I expressed frustration about not being very good. He got very upset, saying my negative feelings affect him and that he, quote, wasn't sure he wanted to be with me. After that, he ignored me for 2 days. Okay. There's a few things here. Like, obviously, it's really at this point
he doesn't want to be with you.
Yeah, like when you're little kids, right? And you got that annoying kid that wants to be in the friend group, and you're just like, and they're like, "Hey, what are we doing today?" And then like you conspire with the other kids to just like not pass them the ball and just like to go play on the slide, and they chase you, and you're like, and you just ignore them, and you're like,
I was not a bully.
No, but you're like, go away. Or maybe you've been the subject of that.
Great.
Like you either have done it or been the subject of it, but
probably
everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? It's like, you're like, like this annoying little kid is not getting the message that we don't want to be friends with you.
You're just trying to like ignore them, their existence.
But they just keep on showing up, and they keep on, but you don't have the guts as a kid to be like, look, we don't want to play with you. You're not our kind of person. Like, it's cool. Like, go and
that's so mean.
I know, but instead you do something even more mean,
right,
which is to just ignore them.
Yeah, pretend they don't exist.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Like, a lot of times it happens with the little brother or the little sister or something like that. It's like but that's what this is giving. It's like, you're not getting the message. Okay. He's ignoring you for days at a time and insulting you and being like, I don't think I want to be with you. But
why is he still doing stuff with her?
Because he's
like, what? Okay.
Because he's a boy who's afraid to be like,
he's not afraid to be like, you're so negative, and then ignore her.
He wants her to walk away. Like, it's the same thing. The kids on the playground, right? They don't have the guts to be like, look, we don't want to play with you, right? So what they're hoping is that by ignoring the person and treating them badly, if you treat them badly enough and ignore them, then they will walk away instead of you having to tell them, I don't want to.
But he has the guts to be like, you're a people pleaser.
Right. So he's just trying to like push her away. He's like, you're annoying me. Like,
a lot of kids act like this. This is a huge problem.
I agree.
Like, you're right by calling it boy behavior, because it's ridiculous. If if he doesn't want to be with her, he needs to say that. He can say all these other things. He can ignore her.
Right. Yeah. He can be like, look, I can't handle you.
Right. She's like, I'm not very good at this. And he's like, you're so negative. And he leaves. That's just what I'm imagining.
Right. Like, it's like, I'm going to break up with you because I can't handle you. Like, you're too much for me. Like, that'd be
fine. Didn't he say that? Didn't he like threaten?
Basically, but he didn't actually do it. Right.
So he can say that, but then he can't do it.
Or like, if you're doing things right as a man and you're actually a man and you're like giving her secure, like, validation, and she's just super hyper insecure no matter what you do, and then you might just have to be like, look, I've shown you, I've done as much as I could for you, but like, your insecurity is negatively affecting my life, and I don't think that we should be together. I'm not gonna, and this end it, instead of like, okay, I'm not like, stop being insecure. It's annoying me. It's bringing me down, and that's it.
But
I'm not talking to you.
My thing is, how do you say things like that, but then you can't just say you want to leave? Like,
he wanted her to leave.
But why? Because he's a pussy? I'm sorry, I said the P word, but really, like...
You finally said the P word. I'm proud of you.
But honestly, you can say all this other shit, but you can't say, I don't want to be with you.
He said
That's
he
like the weakest
wasn't
thing.
sure he wanted to be with me. Again, this is emotional manipulation. See, okay, if you say, I'm not sure I want to be with you, that's emotional manipulation.
Right. Unless you do what I want you to do, then I do. But if you don't,
Right. Again, it's little kids on the playground, right? That's exactly what it's giving.
Yeah.
It's just like, break up.
I love that you keep saying it's giving.
Okay.
I'm here for it. No, I like it. It's just like the third time.
I like it. You have to know about me. I'm a basic bitch. Okay, I am a basic bitch. I love pumpkin lattes, and
no, I know.
Now, what was the other basic bitch?
Dubai chocolate.
Dubai chocolate. Dubai chocolate pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah,
and it's giving.
I like that it's giving.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not picking on you. I'm being serious.
I'm fine with being a basic bitch. So, like, I'll wear a t-shirt. So
one.
Okay, so he's ignoring her for 2 days. Like I said, it's not. He's obviously not. So whether she was insecure or whatever to begin with, she's acting super well. Okay. This actually, now I have to say, at this point, when someone doesn't talk to you for 2 days, you are insecure. Because why are you still like?
Oh, because and
he's like, I'm not sure I want to be with you, and then he gives you silent treatment for 2 days. You should, if you have self-respect at that point, which maybe he's taking some of your service. Yeah, but if you have self-respect at that point, you're like, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Okay, but in
That's
her
it.
defense,
And
I
then
think
you're
he's
gone.
broken her down to a place where she doesn't have self-respect because he's
Yeah.
like mind controlling her.
Yeah, but
Not really, but
she's allowing that to happen.
I agree. But I do think, though, that she's been broken down by all these other silent treatments before to such a low anxious place that now she's like full blown anxious, the type that does stay with people they shouldn't be staying with.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a chicken or egg problem.
Right. Which
it's like,
does the end, because we did read this before we did it. I think
you weren't supposed to tell people that.
I think she acknowledges that at the end.
But it can be also like, you can understand why he would be annoyed. He's not handling things right. But if she is this kind of person that's always insecure no matter what and has a low self-esteem and like constantly needs your validation.
Yeah, but I think that he made it this way to this level.
Yeah,
I don't think she was that level before. I'm sure she was anxious before. She admitted that.
Yeah.
But I think he's caused it to get to critical levels.
Right. But if someone ever says to you, I'm not sure I want to be with you, and then they give you silent treatment for 2 days.
And you allow them to.
And you're not gone, you're not packed your bags, then now the problem is you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they fucked up and they're stupid and they're a child, sure.
Right.
But now you've stuck around.
Didn't leave. Yeah.
You're allowing you just gave them back the pacifier. They're like, and then you're like, okay, fine. You're 5 years old, but here's the pacifier. Like, you're giving it back to them. Like you're like, why did they ever get rid of the pacifier? Because you keep on giving it back to them.
Yeah.
So, number 3, she says, current conflict last weekend hold on. Let's go back up to argument 1 really quick, because I didn't even hit on this, the hungover part. Like, this is why also, what are you doing? Are you day drinking? Or I guess she's hungover for the night. Okay. But still, like, she's obviously out partying without him because he's at work. She's driving hungover. So, but also
over the next day.
Yeah. But don't drink to the point of getting
went out together. You don't know that.
I mean, he's at work, but don't drink to the point that you get hung over.
Most people are hung over the next day, not the same day.
But don't drink. So, okay. Current conflict last weekend at a festival. Okay. That's why I remember, because we read ahead of this and I'm like, as soon as I say at a festival, I'm like, are you in a relationship?
Didn't they go together?
Yeah, but still, like, okay. I mean, when you use the word festival, go to a concert.
Couples go to festivals. We are going to a festival.
That's not really, I would call it a concert. I mean, you call it a festival?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the vocabulary. Maybe.
Yeah, or like EDM. Couples go to that. Like Burning Man.
Couples
go to that.
See, that's where it's no. You're not going, no. You don't
maybe swinger couples, but they're couples.
They're not couples. You're not in a relationship if you're doing.
Well, we don't know what festival they're going to.
Okay, but like I said, if you
I would call
EDM,
what we're going to a festival.
If you go into an EDM one or Burning Man, you're not in a relationship. What you can pretend like you're in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship. I've been to enough.
Oh, you've been to them.
Not in our relationship.
No,
that
you bet not.
That you're not. You're not in there. Yeah, you're not exactly not the 2-day treatment. Damn,
you break up.
But okay, that's a side note. I don't need to.
Let's
people
not,
cry
let's
about
not
their festivals.
Divulge.
I jokingly asked.
Start from the beginning.
Okay, current conflict last weekend at a festival.
Oh, okay.
I'll try not to be triggered. All right. I jokingly asked if he hated a hairstyle I got. He said it was awful to ask, and again criticized my self-esteem. That seems a good cure for someone with low self-esteem, is tell them, criticize their self-esteem. Okay. That night he left me for a bit, and the next day didn't speak to me. On Monday, I texted him at work to check in, and he replied with a long text saying that he wasn't sure about the relationship. After I tried to talk when we got home, we got into a huge argument. After trying to explain my side, he wasn't listening at all and sat on his phone for the entirety of the conversation. I removed the phone from his hand, not violently, and said, please, will you listen to me? He told me to pack a bag and leave, threw my keys, slammed doors, and said some very hurtful things. However, after this, he said he just didn't know what he wanted. I've never seen him act like this before. It's now 7 days later, and he's still mostly silent with me. Some examples, I'll just keep going on because this is all connected. Sleeping in the spare room, not accepting meals I make him, not opening my texts, but active in our group chat, still taking care of our dog, and occasionally doing kind things like buying food or making coffee for us. Still has all of our photos, cards, and mementos around the house. So I'm completely anxious and feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I don't want to push him while he's still in this headspace.
Push him out the door.
But see, this is why I'm leaning towards no self-esteem, and it's not entirely his fault. But I also feel stuck because I don't know whether he's done with the relationship or just needs time.
Girl, I'm done for you. With this guy.
The mixed signals, still caring in some ways. Like he made coffee for you, but he's refusing food that you like.
Yeah, what?
Like what is? There's no mixed signals.
That he didn't take the pictures down.
He's basically like you're fucking annoying.
Think about that.
You're fucking annoying. I don't want to be in this relationship. There's not mixed signals.
Yeah, he's acting like so angry because he's so far done already, but he's just a pansy and can't. I'm not going to use the other word again, but he is that as well too.
Yeah, he is.
Can't leave.
Yeah.
And he told you to leave. Are you kidding me?
So mixed signals, still caring in some ways, but not talking at all, are incredibly painful. And I feel bad. I mean, obviously she's in pain, but she's got no self-esteem. It's like the kids on the playground that are ignoring you, and they just go to the next piece of playground equipment while you're still swinging on the swings, and you're just swinging.
And you're watching them.
And they told everyone, they're talking to everyone else, and like, let's go play on the slide, and they just left you on the swings. They're not mixed signals. You're not like, oh, I think they still want to be my friends. No, they don't want to be your friend.
I mean, but that's not the right way to handle it.
No, it's not the way to handle it. But it's also not.
Not.
It's also not
communicating.
It's not a mixed signal. Like it's the no signal, which is a signal. Like they're not being clear. He's not being clear. But at the same time, it's not mixed signals.
He has some sort of resentment towards her.
Oh, yeah. He hates her guts.
Yeah.
He doesn't like her.
The last one was like obviously his last straw.
Yeah.
But like, you're going to let a man kick you out of the house?
Well, the thing is also like,
told you to pack a bag and go somewhere else?
She obviously has extremely low self-esteem.
I think that he caused it though. Like a lot, not fully.
But he couldn't have at this point, because if she's like the way that she's acting now, like 7 days of him not talking to her, and he's not opening her texts and he's active in the group chat.
He loves him more than he loves her.
And she's like, I want to hang on to this in case he's just unsure.
Look,
about, like, you don't want to be in the relationship.
Look,
like,
I hear what you're saying, but a lot of people do this.
I know, but
she's holding on to the good things.
Right.
And she's not the only one that's done that. Like, yeah, she is super anxious.
Right.
She started out anxious. Now she's, again, at critical levels. And I do think a lot of that is because of him.
Yeah.
But when you're that far in, and they're not married, I get that, but they've been together for 2.5 years. And they're living together. Yeah. Like, they have a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they've established some like seriousness. And even though he's messing everything up,
right,
she doesn't want to get rid of that. Just kind of like, I'm sure in some degree you also felt it with your previous situation. Like, even though it's not great.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to give up the idea or the fantasy or the, like, what they could have or could have had when it is good.
Well, let me read her last paragraph to do her justice, because I think she said, I'm worried that if I give him space, he might drift further away, but I also don't want to escalate things by pushing for answers. I can't move out right now to give him more space due to our dog and other practical reasons, as this is my home too. I think this is an avoidant/anxious clash. How do I navigate this situation?
It is. It's critically avoidant guy and critically anxious woman.
Yeah, yeah. But even like still like the self-esteem thing is still like really
right. I think she did have low self-esteem.
At this point, And that could be really annoying to a person at that. Like the level of low self-esteem that she has is so low that she's willing to accept this kind of behavior.
Right. But
which could also be annoying. Like that's why I'm saying it's like
no,
a chicken versus egg problem.
The first 2 years, she didn't talk about all that. She just talked about them living together in these recent ones.
Right.
He could have been slowly chipping away at her self-esteem for those 2 years. Yeah, and I do think that that's the case based on how he's acting.
Right. It has to be.
I get that. Yes, he's at his breaking point. I understand that. But I think that she has been pushed so far down the other line.
Right.
And maybe she wants it to go back to how it was before she became super insecure. And I think that's the case because she's trying to even convince us through this post that she's like, no one's ever called me negative and I'm so great. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's not the case.
But like, I think that she's trying to be more confident.
Right. Exactly.
But he just knocks her down with something else. Why are you people pleasing? And, you know, why are you so negative saying you're bad at this sport? Like she's not really doing things that are causing him to act this drastic. And again, we don't even know what they're really talking about or how insecure she is or what she's saying. Maybe it is really frustrating, but he's still not handling it well.
No, he's not handling it well. I'm not in any way.
Well, and I know you're not. I know you're not.
Yeah.
But I just think though that, yes, I agree that she does not have the self-respect for herself.
Right.
But I think that she's in the situation that she can't even see that because of what all has happened.
Right.
And she doesn't want to give up hope.
Right.
Like men try to act like women just instantly leave for no good reason. This woman's staying with a man who literally hasn't talked to her in 7 days.
Right. But that's more likely the case than, unfortunately, because it activates that response in a woman to make her cling more when you push her away more. It's also just human nature, like psychology. So, but it only works on someone with really low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Because at some point, because it's like she's also trying to manipulate the situation. Like he's basically telling her, you're annoying, I don't like you. And she's like, well, I don't think that's really true. Or like, she's like trying to disprove that or change that situation. But the best way that she could actually change that situation is to actually just have the standard and walk away.
I get that.
But that means risking losing him. But she's like, well, there must be some way I can fix this without risking losing him. But you can't. When someone is treating you badly, and it's because of your low self-esteem, the only thing you can do is to demonstrate that you're not going to allow that to happen and risk losing them forever. Because that's the only thing that can save you. You know?
I agree. Look, when you were reading it, I said, push him out the door. That's what she should have done.
It's like the guy, the hiker that, you know, whatever, the mountain climber that fell right in a boulder, like, you know, remember the story?
No.
There was some guy, I think a boulder fell on his arm. Right. And he's out there in the middle of nowhere. No one even knows he's out there. And he had to use his pocket knife to cut off his own arm.
No, I've never heard that story.
Okay. Well, or a dog or a bear trapped in a bear trap and they chew off their own, or a rat or whatever, you know, like you got to survive. Like that's how you survive. I don't know why I said that.
I don't either.
That went off of something.
Wow. Gruesome. But yeah, I agree.
No, it's connected to something. Well,
she needs to leave.
She that's
self-respect.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So you gotta be willing to do what it takes.
I get that, but she's been so manipulated by this guy that she can't think logically, obviously. And hopefully, people in the thread gave her the advice to leave.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you.
Yeah.
But also, I'm telling you right now, you just said in the last episode that it's man's responsibility.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He should have never moved in with that woman because you cannot convince me that he was not annoyed with her 6 months ago.
Right.
You cannot convince me.
No, I agree.
So why the hell did they move in together? Why the hell did they get a dog together? Why the hell? I mean, look, and I made the same mistakes. I've lived with someone else and got a dog with them. And it didn't work out and it was messy. So like, I'm saying this from an experience.
I'm not even saying anything about him though, because I don't even need to say anything about him because he's just a dummy. He's just a boy. Like his behavior and what is so like, because he doesn't want to be with her. There's not even a relationship. That's why I'm just addressing her, is because there's no relationship. She thinks there's a relationship when there isn't one.
The men do need to be addressed, especially by a man like you. They need to stop doing this stuff because they do it a lot.
Yeah.
They do it a lot.
Yeah. So if you have a woman that you don't want to be with and is annoying,
right,
then
because his next step is cheating on her.
Right.
If she stays with him.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's already cheating on her, I'm sure.
I mean, probably because he hates her so much.
He disappeared at the festival for a little while and came back.
Wait, you said that? I didn't hear
That's
that
what
part.
is right. Didn't she say?
No, she said she asked him if he liked her hair, and he was so offended by that.
It says, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I jokingly asked if he hated my hairstyle, if he hated a hairstyle I got. He said it was awful to ask, and again criticized my self-esteem. That night, he left me for a bit, and the next day didn't speak to me. For a bit. That's she's in very much denial.
He went to that one tent in Burning Man.
Exactly. Yeah. He came back with stains all over his clothes. Like, yeah, no, she's in denial. There's no relationship.
I know. And you're right. I'm not saying you're not right.
Yeah. But the first step to getting your self-esteem is to
stand up for yourself.
You got to not even
stand up for yourself.
It's not even stand up for yourself in this case. Like, it's not even because there's not even a relationship. It's just picking up your stuff and walking away. You don't even need to say anything. Just disappear.
Yeah. Well, it's more complicated than that. They live together. Okay. They have a dog.
I guess
you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like a man can.
Right.
Like you're viewing it from the man's perspective.
Yeah,
He's not going to leave that dog.
Yeah.
She can't just leave. Financially.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, that's not. I get what you're saying.
No.
Metaphorically, yes, she needs to just be done.
But she needs to tell him though. She needs to be like, look, this relationship is over.
Right. She needs to be the one to break up with him, even though that's what he wants.
Living here, but we're not in a relationship anymore.
Right.
Like, once I figure out how to get out of here, I'm going to be out.
Right.
Right. And I'm going to take half of this dog.
Sean. I'm going to get visitation right.
Yeah. I'm going to take full rights of this dog because there's no way he's not ignoring the dog for 7 days. He's like, you shit on the carpet. You're not getting food for 7 days.
Oh,
whatever. He's definitely not taking care of the dog. Or if he's treating the dog a lot better than her, then let him keep the dog and then you.
No, you can't do that.
Okay. Or whatever. But she's
because you're right. How would you believe he's going to take care of the dog if he ignores her?
Right.
You can't leave a dog in that situation.
No, he's a dumb. But no, she just needs to tell him we're broken up.
I agree.
Right. And then figure out your shit. But actually have a back.
She'll get more confidence being away from him.
Right. Yeah.
And going out there and being with people that actually like her.
Yeah. Yeah. But
just like the kid on the playground.
Yeah, but she's going to have to work on the self-esteem thing herself.
Right. Which she can't, though, in this relationship.
No. There's no way.
She's like, do you like my hair? And he's like, I can't believe you would ask me that.
Right.
I'm insulted. Right. Who acts like that?
Right. But maybe she's pushed him to that point where she's been so insecure that the smallest thing triggers him. But again, like I said, I'm just saying that his behavior is boyish. He should have broken up with her long before it got to that point.
Right.
But I'm just saying that also, she's definitely very insecure that she's tolerating this.
Yeah. Girl, leave.
Yeah.
If you haven't already.
She's like, oh, maybe he'll change his mind or no, it's so gone. At the point where he's to your face, you're annoying, basically.
Right.
You know,
and then just
stop it.
Leaves you and tells you to pack a bag. No.
Yeah.
Ignores you for 2 days. Even the 4 hours. I mean, I can't really talk that much because I didn't ignore you for 4 hours, but I did try to avoid things.
You did try to, yeah.
But 2 days.
I'll chase you into the bathroom. You're like, no, we're going to talk.
That's true. But
not in a violent way, I'm going to break down this door. No,
but
we're going to talk.
You can't run away from
you can't run away from me.
Yeah.
You can leave, but you can't run away.
And it sounds like at the end she's
or hide.
Hide.
You can't hide.
You can run.
You can be done.
Hide.
You can be done, but you can't hide. We're not gonna.
Yeah, you have to do the thing. But it sounds like she confronted him.
Yeah.
And then that blew up, and that should have been the answer for her. Really, honestly, there she tried to talk about it. She's like, "Please talk to me," and he's like, "Pack a bag."
Right.
Like, all right, now I'd be like, no, you pack a bag.
Right. But men can be like her also. Like there's plenty of guys
Yeah.
I coach
A lot.
where they're hanging on, like the woman is like doing all kinds of bad stuff.
Right.
And they're just like allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're like
Right. So that's why
excuses for it.
I'm trying to talk
Right.
earlier about that. I think that she's still hanging on to something in this relationship that was good. She started the beginning of like, we have this great relationship. And I don't think it's a great relationship, but I think there were good parts that she's clinging to.
Yeah.
And so, you know, maybe she's like, we can get back there, even though it's delusional. He's so far in the opposite direction now, they can't get back
Right.
there.
And she's
But
making
he
it
might be like, oh, but maybe we can. Like,
Right.
maybe there's something I can do. She's anxious too. So she's like,
right.
maybe I can fix this, but we just need to talk about it.
Right. But the problem is like she can't fix it because
Right.
his complaint is you're too insecure, you have too low self-esteem.
Mhm.
So by waiting around and then
Which he ruined.
proves his point. Like he doesn't think that he's not going to come around and be like, oh, actually you're like the fact that he can ignore her for 7 days and she's still around sends him exactly the message that which he needs, which is that, yeah, you're right. She's super insecure and has low self. So if that annoys you and you don't like it, then like she's doing exactly what he's annoyed by.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the answer is to not allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Which means you have to, that's why you can never, ever, whether you're a man or a woman, ever take shit at any point. Like, because once you start taking shit,
the norm.
yeah, then it becomes the norm, right?
Yeah.
The very first time someone does that, like people make mistakes, but you got to be like, this cannot happen.
Right.
Like you gotta have a talk there and be like, you know, so, but it is hard in this case because of the insecure, like, you know, he's not handling the insecurity correctly. That's, you know, on him as a man. It's like, you know, so the lesson is as a man, when a woman is insecure, you need to handle it in the proper way, or you're going to create a Hyde. You're going to create a monster of insecurity if you don't actually address
Which is what he's done.
Yeah.
That's why she's the way she is. Like, I'm not saying it's not her responsibility. It is.
Right.
You know, but he really did some damage on her. And then now to the point where she has no self-respect for herself. But she has to get it. You're right. Like, he can't, there's nothing he can do to give her the self-respect.
Right.
Because if she didn't leave during that current situation that you just explained, that he's explaining about him saying all that stuff and acting that way, then I don't know what would be big enough for her to leave.
Right. Right.
And not talking to her for a week.
Yeah. And the joke's on him, because to a degree also, as a man, you want a woman that's more so like this. You know, like, I think you're right that he pushed her further than, but you want a woman that's going to be like so dedicated to you that she believes in you no matter what.
Right.
Even in this,
but it's too delulu.
It's too much. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, you want that characteristic of, you want a woman to be needy, to be clingy towards you in a good way. Like, if you, like, you don't want to create the negative version of that by pushing her away when she does it.
But
that's the thing.
That angers avoidance. Unfortunately, this is very common.
Right.
You know, just an anxious avoidant coupling is almost never going to work.
Yeah.
That's why one of them has to be secure or close enough to secure.
Right.
Like, this is the classic, like,
because it's
opposite,
it's
like people repelling each other.
Right.
Because the avoidant is repulsed by her anxious behavior. That's what he's doing.
Right.
And she's clinging more because he's pulling away, like you said.
Exactly.
So, and then like anything that she does that's clingy, or even her trying to resolve the situation at this point,
right? He's
literally wants nothing to do with her, but he doesn't have the balls to actually say that.
Right.
And then she's just like fighting. She's like, I can fix this. I can fix this. Like, maybe if I show him how much I love him, he'll turn around, but not when if he's doesn't speak to her for 2 days and then it's turned into 7 days.
Yeah.
He's going further down the avoidant path, and like that it's just not possible.
Right. Yeah. At that point, he just needs to say Like not in uncertain terms. And maybe it's also that he has told her, maybe he like the 7-day, like, cause she said that he told her to pack a bag, but maybe he did tell her like, we're broken up, and she's still like, you know,
I don't know. I think she would have admitted that, right?
I don't know. It could be like denial of the
Maybe.
thing. But all right. Well, that's it. We'll never know. We're out because we're out of time, and we're never going to figure it out anyway. But
yeah, that's true.
But I mean, it's only just a lesson anyway to like
it is
of how to
how to go about this or leave a situation.
Yeah.
And be a man.
Yeah, be a man. Yeah,
and women have self-respect.
Yeah. Don't allow a woman to. I guess that's the biggest thing is for men is don't allow a woman to disrespect herself to that degree, or to degrade herself to that degree. Don't allow her to do it.
Beginning, right, exactly. If you don't want to be with her anymore, don't even put her in a position where she could, like, make the wrong decision for herself.
Yeah, don't
make
see
the
someone
decision.
Exactly. Don't see someone doing this and let them do this to themselves further. Like, but you have to be like,
they won't do it if you know you don't want to be with somebody.
Right. No, you got to make it. You got to be like, look,
I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, like, yeah, we're
no matter
done.
what she says.
Exactly.
Because you made your decision.
Right.
Don't put it on her.
Right. Exactly.
Like, you're the man.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
If you don't want to be in this relationship, you tell her.
Right.
When you're sure, and even if she's like, no, I want to be with you, and she's anxious like this person.
Yeah.
No.
Don't allow her to grovel and be pathetic. Like to disrespect her. Like, don't, as a man, as a gentleman, don't allow her to do that to herself.
Right.
Tell her, no, it's over. We're done. You know, instead of letting it carry on like that. Cause it's not okay to like allow, like, you're kind of taking advantage of the feminine in that case. Like, you're allowing her to like, to do all this stuff because, you know, you're allowing her to disrespect herself.
Right.
Right. To this degree. So.
Right.
All right. On that note, if you have a question for us, you know, that you'd like us to debate or whatever to discuss, you can either send us you can post on Reddit like they did, or you can send us the email directly at betterthanperfectpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll be nice. We weren't not nice.
Well, no, we're not nice.
I mean, we'll be honest.
Yeah, we'll be honest.
But
so. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.